Good morning. I'm doing what my wife is calling a haul video, so I guess this is my haul. I'm trying to get everything together so I don't have to wait for my camper van project. But this is what I'm going to do on the body. It's a bed liner spray kit. It comes, you have to buy the whatever color you want. So the body will be the orange, Hugger orange, and then the top will be white, which is better for cool. And then you've got the bed liner itself, and then there's little cans of hardener for each one. So what you do is you put a can of color in there, a can of hardener in there, shake it up for 2 to 5 minutes, and then it comes with a gun, and you hook it up to your compressor. So I'm going to do that. I guess my finger makes it blurry, sorry. I'm going to do that on the body, and I think I've got enough left over that I can paint the floor on the van with bed liner, which is a lot more durable. I'm not going to put carpets or any of that stuff. I'm going to make it actually really user friendly. Another thing I've got right here is a 10-speed reversible rain, turns it off, I guess, or closes it up, vent fan for the center of the van, which is great. Now that I put the windows in there, I'll be able to push air in and out, which is cool. So I got that. Then I've got a bunch of 14 gauge 2-wire for the 12 volt. And then I've got my little fuse block so I can fuse everything. This right here is USB, and it's got a meter that tells you how many volts you have. And then it's got a cigarette lighter so you can plug into that, which my power pack I don't have here will plug into that. This right here is shore power. I can plug in my 1,000-watt solar charger into that. And then these right here are USB chargeable lights that they have a magnet on them, so you can stick little plates wherever you want them and use those lights. I'm still probably going to hardwire a few lights that is, and then I'll have these so I can move them, because I like to read at night. It knocks me out. And then this right here is my Vevor diesel heater. I'm waiting for a couple parts that go from where the heat blows out and hooks into the van, and the return air will come in to keep it cool. I watch a video, actually a YouTuber, it's Montana Outdoor Adventures, and he has a whole video on how to set this up, and I'm copying him. So really great setup, and then I won't have this in the van, which I'm liking that. I got a sink. I got food grade 1/2-inch line for the water. I've got tanks in the truck, brand new, and this is the drain system that's going to go on. I got a brand new strainer, the drain system. I was going to use this foot pump like I did on my tiny house, but now that I found this right here is USB rechargeable faucet. So I'll have this USB plug over here close to where my kitchen cabinet is going to be, and use that. I also had to purchase this dado set. So when I make the cabinets for this, being that it's going to be in a van and rattling around, I'm going to cut dados and everything to try and make it a little bit stronger. I've never used one before, so we will see. Hopefully I don't lose any fingers. Then the kitchen table, this part right here came out of, I've got a few old campers that I'm going to restore one day. So I'm saving that, and this is going to be for my dinette and my bed. So in the back of the van, I'm going to make it into a seating area, dinette, just like they have in the old campers, and then it'll collapse down into a bed. So I purchased these on Amazon, or actually I didn't. I purchased it on, God, I'm trying to think of where I got it, for a Vintage Camper Supply, and I purchased those. And then this right here is a rail that screws to, pretend this is the table, it screws to the end of the table here, and then it'll screw to the doors. I'm going to cut it in the middle, and it'll screw to the doors, and then you hook it on and bend it down, and it holds it in place, and then this will hold it in place. So it'll be real stable. So this is my haul video. This is all the loot that I've got. I've got this board right here, and I'm probably sure I'm missing stuff, but when I built my tiny house, I had a board like this, and as it got finished, I checked it off, and as things arose that I didn't think about, which is probably a lot of stuff, I added to that. So this is going to be the real big start of this van. Tomorrow I'm going to run it up on 4x6s in the front, so it makes the van rake back, and then I'm going to get the hose in there and clean the floor out real good, and possibly the walls, not make too much of a mess, and it's time to get after it. We're supposed to get like 86 to 89 degree weather coming this week, so that's nice. So there you are. Stay tuned to watch everything that's going on, and hopefully I don't mess up too much. So thanks for watching. See ya.